They're doing all the right things, they're doing all the right sort of training and haven't got any injuries, but something's holding them back from going into that sort of sub 2 hours. And then you bring in the coaching side to find out, okay, let's have a look to see what is stopping you from.
So how do you then integrate like NLP into your training coaching, or let's say training coaching into this? How do you integrate NLP?
So it depends on the individual. So it could be that the client wants to, say, for instance, get back into sort of physical activity. Used to run maybe half marathons before, and used to sort of run quite regular. And due to a change in lifestyle, change in personal circumstances, has just lost the motivation to do that. So it's really then working with the mental aspect first, to work with, okay, what's holding you back, what's stopping you from sort of getting back into that sort of routine that you want to. And then it's then potentially, if you have any sort of potential physical injuries as well, or tightness, if you are going to go back into running, then you might need the massage to sort of ease some of the tension in the muscles, or you might get injured, and then it's when the cryotherapy comes in, or vice versa. It could be something that you have a person who wants to sort of start running and just can't break that, 2-hour barrier, say, for half marathon. And they're doing all the right things, they're doing all the right sort of training and haven't got any injuries, but something's holding them back from going into that sort of sub 2 hours. And then you bring in the coaching side to find out, okay, let's have a look to see what is stopping you from going sub 2 hours. So physically you can do it, but there's just something stopping you from doing that, and it's more of a belief as opposed to something physical.
And we always tell ourselves before an event or something is going to happen, I can't get past.
Yes.
So you naturally then put restrictions, and it's that video, and I always keep seeing videos, but I'm either on TikTok or YouTube all the time, but the experiment with the fleas in the jar.
Right.
So now a flea can jump a crazy height.
Yeah.
And then what they did was they put all these fleas in the jar, and then they covered the jar. And because the fleas couldn't bounce out, they set themselves a threshold. And what they did was, after a couple of days, they took the lid off.
Yeah.
And the fleas couldn't
bounce out.
Even though they were physically capable, they conditioned themselves to doing that.
Their belief was they couldn't jump so high.
And that's what they did.
That's what they did.
And it's really strange. So I'll go to the gym and I'm squatting, and I know that once I get to 100 kilos, my brain tells me, because I had an injury a while back where I stumbled forward a little bit and I pulled my lower back. And that's always stuck in my mind. So whenever I get to that weight now, I always back off.
Yes.
Even though I perhaps did 90 or 95 and I got 6 out with relative comfort, as soon as it gets to that number, I'm instantly overanalyzing my form, overanalyzing what have you, thinking that the weight is significantly heavier than it actually is. So it's really, really mad on the limitations that we set ourselves.